How's it going, guys? We're back with more NASCAR 21. I really want to know the game now because I want to make sure I know the name of the game at least. I don't have to keep saying NASCAR 21, but NASCAR 21 news. And this time we're getting a little bit more detailed with it. It's not like questions like, oh, well, what engine are we using or something like that, or something about the physics. We're not talking about that today. We know already the direction of that. If you want to check out what the NASCAR 21 game is going to be like, there are a couple videos on my channel about it. Just type in NASCAR 21, even in the search section, you'll probably see some of them. So go check them out first if you want to see the main gist of what the game is about. But today, we're talking about something that Motorsport Games was doing yesterday with some people, and we're going to talk about that. Now, for those of you that have played NASCAR Heat, we all know that the, well, how do you want to say it? The animations or facial expressions of certain drivers or something like that is not up to par. So if we want to go pick a driver from a list, right? If you want to just pick a quick race or do a quick race and pick a driver, usually just have a screenshot of the real life driver. It's not, in-game CGI or anything like that. Just for comparison, I'm using this game a lot because this is one of the best motorsport games out there. F1, you could go from F1 2020, F1 2019, it doesn't matter which one, but they actually have the animated faces for the drivers and their bodies as well. So they animate everything. They don't use the real life pictures or anything like that. They just animate the drivers. Now on an F1 grid as well, you only have 20 teams, so you have 20 drivers. It's just less of a load to work with on the system, so you could make them higher texture quality. You could add a little bit more stuff. So you can see in a F1 pre-race grid, you have a bunch of people on the grid, the cars, the team members, everything, and they all have certain animations to them. In the NASCAR Heat Series, we've never seen anything like that. The only thing we have seen in the NASCAR Heat Series that would resemble an animated driver of some sort would be either when you are at the beginning of a race and they're leaning against their car, or sometimes in victory lane. Other than that, there's no pre-race intro. In the career mode, there's no communication with an animated NPC character or anything like that. It is just usually like a text or something on like a Twitter text sort of. It's not that detailed. Now I'm going to show you a few tweets. First one's from Clutch Studios. When you've got to get all the angles, great to have the team from Motorsport Games with us today. We can't wait to see the results. So this is what they were doing yesterday. They were in Charlotte, North Carolina, and they were using what is called the Human Engine 3D, and they are taking basically facial scans of certain drivers or characters, and this is basically 3D to 4D scanning. This is for not only video games, but for CGI in a movie or something or like that. If you want to do a music video even, you need to use some sort of CGI, then you can use this. I'm sure many of you have seen, whether it be EA Sports or 2K, how 2K and EA will also use scans for their players. So in 2K, pretty much almost all the basketball players in the NBA get a 2K scan. The majority of FIFA players as well. Well, not the majority, but most of them get a FIFA scan so they can get the realistic image for them in the game. So then we move on to Matt Tifft, which was one of the drivers who was working with Motorsport Games yesterday, and he was getting a scan, the 3D scan of his head. It looks like it's just his head too. It is not a full body scan. So something to point out is that with the Human Engine, you can do a full body scan. You can do different animations. That is not unusual. You can definitely do that. This is not what Motorsport Games seem to be doing here. They seem to be just doing a facial scan. They don't seem to be doing a full body scan. It just seems to be a scan of the head, maybe the upper neck area, upper body area. That's really it. They don't seem to be doing other stuff. We also have Hannah Newhouse, who is a reporter. She is also getting a 360 degree scan of her head, and she literally says it's 55 plus cameras getting a 360 degree scan of my head. And yes, it is for the game. We don't need to guess much. It is for the new NASCAR 21 game. Now, Hannah Newhouse is a reporter. This could have something to do with career mode. Now, I would not see any point in bringing in a reporter for something in the... Well, it could be in the pre-race. You could have like a pre-race pit report or something, but more likely is if you're going to scan Matt Tifft and if you're going to scan Hannah Newhouse, then you're probably going to scan a lot of people. I don't think it's just going to be those two. So I'm guessing this is something for career mode, and I'm backed up by that because also Joey Logano's business manager was also involved in this. Now this is Warren Vigus I'm sorry if I pronounced the last name wrong, getting scanned for my driver agent responsibilities in the new NASCAR video game coming out later this year. Now we know in the NASCAR Heat games we have an agent, and this is something that can be, again, associated with career mode, and it's the same thing. You're getting the scan. It's just the head scan. It's not a full body scan, just the head scan. So what I am going to be guessing is if we're getting the head scan of reporters, we're getting the head scan of a driver agent, we're getting the head scan of real life drivers as well. I am guessing that Motorsport Games is trying to do something in terms of putting these head scans onto custom animated bodies. Now the bodies will have to be completely animated by the team, and then they will use the head scans to get it to a little bit more realistic look. Now, you have to think about something in the early days of the F1 game. So think about like F1 2010 or F1 2011, where you had like those few reporter interview questions outside your little bus area. That is something that I could see happening here. This could be used for cutscenes. It could be used for just CGI. It could just be used for interviews. It could be used for you walking into a shop and your driver agent is there and they're talking to you and you're like in a first person view. But with looking at all four of these tweets from Clutch Studios, from Matt Tifft, from Hannah Newhouse, and from Warren, I am guessing this has to do with something in career mode and not something to do with, let's say, pre-race intros, because if it was just a pre-race intro, then I would assume, yes, getting Hannah in there, maybe a pre-pit race report maybe. But I'm thinking it's more of you have to do certain interviews throughout your career now, and you will have an agent who will be there with you as well, and it's not going to be any more of those just those text boxes, that just tells you to do something. I don't think we're going to be seeing that anymore, which I am very, very happy with. Now, why am I actually sharing this is because, one, it's news about the NASCAR game, but two, you guys have to understand that if, like I said before, if Matt Tifft is getting scanned, then I think a lot of people are going to get scanned. I don't think... I wonder if they have the capabilities to scan every single driver. I'm not sure if that is possible, but they might try. They might try and they might do it. Or they might try in certain areas to only scan a specific amount of drivers that might show up in a career mode. But ideally, what I would like to see is every driver have a head scan, so that way when you are either picking a driver, you could have their animated self or their CGI self right next to the car. That would be something similar to think about some of the older NASCAR Thunder games, I think, when you would have the driver leaning on the car and it would be an animated face. That is something that I like. Again, that is also similar to F1 2020. But just seeing this does go to show that we are having what I keep saying is this game is going to be very different, much better, highly upgraded. The details are going to be better. There was no such thing as head scans in the previous NASCAR Heat games. The budget just was not there. But for those of you that are very skeptical, and trust me, I understand you guys being skeptical. You want to see the game first. I agree with that. I agree with that definitely. You want to see the game first. Maybe wait for some people to purchase it, see the reviews, see everything. I completely get that. But I think the hype train is deserved. And the reason why I keep saying that is because we are genuinely seeing, and I am genuinely hearing, things that I am very happy for. And you guys know I don't BS you. If I was not happy with certain things that I'm hearing or seeing, I would tell you, and I just wouldn't make a video talking about it. If you guys look up to the lead up of NASCAR Heat 5, I was literally telling you guys before the game came out, I was like, this game does not look very different, and that's going to be disappointing. And I told you guys that before I even played the game. I told you guys that before I really got my hands on it, and I told you guys that when I did get my hands on it, I said, if you like NASCAR Heat 4, you'll probably like NASCAR Heat 5, but it's not very different. And I'm telling you guys now, whatever this new game is, it's very different. Very, very different. It looks like career mode is going to be different, which makes me happy. I've been a little bit skeptical on career mode because I know just how hard it is to build an entire game from the ground up again, and so a lot of things have to get cut in certain areas, and career mode would probably be one of them. But if we're doing facial scans, then maybe we'll have some more interaction in career mode, and we'll see what other features they have in store. But This is great news. And real quick with the Human Engine 3D, it is compatible with Unreal Engine 4. Now, I did say I think Unreal Engine is the engine that the NASCAR game is going to use. I cannot confirm that. I do not know for a fact. I don't think that Motorsport Games has had enough time to really build a custom engine. They're working with, like I said, they're working with a lot of other companies. They're bringing companies in under the umbrella where maybe in the future they will work on a completely custom engine that runs across all of their games. But I think for this one, I think they're going to be using Unreal Engine. Human Engine 3D is compatible with Unreal Engine, and so those two link up. So that is right now my best educated guess as to what game engine that the new NASCAR game will be using, and I am completely okay with Unreal Engine. I am not in any way disappointed with them choosing that one. I think it's a very, very commonly used engine. I think you can make a really good NASCAR game on it. So we'll see what they got, and they're also going to have a lot of different ears, or a lot of different voices in their ear from other companies that are now under the Motorsport Games umbrella, like R Factor 2 is in there right now. So we'll see what's going to go on with them, and we'll see how the game goes. But that is it for me today, guys. If you liked the video, make sure to hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We're getting closer to 50K. If you have any questions or comments down below, comment down below. I'll try to answer them. I mean, again, I don't have any inside information. I don't know exactly what the game's looking like, but just based off of what we're seeing, then I would say get excited. Get excited. I'm really, really excited to see what this game's looking graphically, because it's going to be on next-gen systems as well. So hopefully, we're going to have some really good graphics, some really good head scans, some really good realistic kind of, whether it be interviews or interactions with other people as NPCs, and you're the player character. That would be really nice as well. So we'll see how that all goes. If there's any other NASCAR 21 news, I wasn't expecting this one, but if there's any other news coming out in the near future, we are heading closer to April and May, so this is when more things will probably start coming out. So subscribe, keep an eye on the channel, and I will let you guys know what else comes out. So get excited. It's coming soon. Don't know when the release date is, but it's coming soon. Take care of yourselves. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you're not already. Enjoy the rest of your... Is today Thursday? Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Take care of yourself. Peace out.